Evie, I've just recently been told I was diabetic, but my friend has been having much success with your recommendations. Is there a way to eat that you can recommend for me? My A1C was 6.8, if that makes a difference. Yeah, 100%. I would recommend that you eat exactly like everybody else eats in here, right? So I'd like to do a custom plan with you and get you your specific caloric intake and your specific macronutrient ratios. And if you want to learn that, here, I'll make a response for you there. You can go to this website and get a plan from me and work with me one-on-one. That's definitely what I recommend. It's the best bang for your buck on anything that exists within Clovis and elsewhere, I would argue. But yeah, that's what people tend to do is they come to me and they're like, well, I have condition XYZ. What do you recommend for me? And that's not how it works, man. It's just, you're a human. You need to start eating like a human. And Americans don't eat like humans. We eat like some other thing that is not a human with made up processed frankenfoods that don't exist in nature, right? So if you're dealing with A1C issues, if you're dealing with insulin resistance or type 2 diabetes, we absolutely have to handle the carbohydrate problem. You have a carbohydrate problem, you have an insulin problem, you have a blood glucose problem. So we 100% have to handle that. We have to clean up the diet immediately. This is not a death sentence. This is not something that you can't change. I can't say things like reversing specific things. I can't say that. I'm not a doctor. I can't give you medical advice. But all I'm saying is like the diagnosis of diabetes does not scare me whatsoever. If I had that diagnosis, I would not be afraid of it. And I personally, again, this is not advice. If it were me, I would do the exact opposite of what the medical doctors tell me to do. But that's just me and my understanding of biochemistry and human metabolism. So it's kind of I can't actually give you direct advice here because you're talking about a medical condition, right? But yeah, you have to clean up your diet. You have no choice at this point. Like 100%, you got to do it. And I'm the guy to help you. I promise you. I can totally help you with this. I can change your life. You can go to a Clovis Academy. You can talk to people who are diabetics. I've worked with type 2 diabetics. I've worked with type 1 diabetics. I'll let their results just kind of speak for themselves, so I don't make any claims out of turn here. I have to be very careful with these things, right? It's really kind of crazy. But anyway, yeah, man, I would, Evie, is that how you're saying it? Evie? I'd love to help you. That'd be great. Awesome. Yeah, you can figure out your way around this pretty easily, I assure you. What else we got? When you provide healthy options for your kids, they will eat their fill of those options. Eventually, yes. It's not always easy for at first, for sure. What else we got? Judy, diagnosed at 10 with hypoglycemic and told I need to eat 6 slices of bread a day. I cried for days, and that was the beginning of me being overweight. Now I know better. Yes, that's doctor's advice. Think about it. So Evie, that's actually something interesting for you to see, like Judy's story. Judy actually has a client testimony with me, a podcast that has not been released yet, but it's a really cool story to hear because you have to understand is like when you're in the medical community, right, they're just going to say like, well, you're insulin resistant, so start injecting insulin. What? Like insulin resistant directly leads to obesity, right? Obesity and a host of other problems, which leads to chronic disease and all these things. So it's literally just like, hey, you have this condition, we're going to make it worse. Take these injections every day, you know? So again, this is not medical advice, but I'd love to help you. I'd love to work with you. It'd be awesome.